I think we see three different trends. So first of all, it's about the customer centricity. So putting financial planning at the beginning, the wealth aggregation at the beginning, making everything more customer centric than it has been in the past. And the asset allocation follows that financial plan of the customer, because otherwise the whole offering is irrelevant if you do not follow the plans of the customer. The second big thing we do see at the moment is that more and more alternative assets are getting towards the customer. So like private equity, venture capital, but also real estate and several other assets which were prior just accessible to very rich people, get now more accessible to people with less money. And that's something which the technology needs to empower as well. Because if you bring both together, you'll be able to serve customers with less money, with a better allocation, with more customer-centric way, but also more different products. And third thing, in order to do both, you need to be end-to-end automatized, because if you have at the end a friction in your process, at some point you will have higher process costs and you will not be able to serve everyone. So that's something where also scalability comes into place. Yeah, I think younger generation is quite a different thing when you talk about wealth. It's usually, when you talk about younger, it's already now starting with 25, 30, 40, but sometimes even 40 is the younger generation when it comes to wealth. Because in the past, the average private banking customer is like 60. But you do not win in this market very much space. So in order to really get new customers, you need to be able to go to the affluent market. Affluent is like 200K, 2 or 4 million or so on. And in this space, the people are usually more 40, 35, more tech savvy, and also open to new processes and products. And private banks need to overcome the gap to also serve this kind of customers. I think one is technology, of course. I think being able to provide a frictionless experience with human and advisor. I think the human will still play a huge role in this one. But another thing is also the kind of products you offer, like what kind of, for example, venture capital is right now in high demand. I personally just invested into a company which is offering this to more retail kind of customers. And we also do see that the way you approach the customers are more like long-term planning, less the planning you do when you are 60 and you want to think about your estate planning, but more also like how can you retire with 2 million, for example, and this kind of questions. These are the questions that this generation wants to have answered, and therefore it comes again to customer-centric financial planning as a starting process. I think the software is quite good, speaking directly. I think what we really did brilliant in a way is that the software connects what the customer has today, his wealth, it brings it to a financial planning, and later on constructs the portfolio on this behalf. So when you see how large parts of the industry are right now more product-centric and selling to the product to the customer, it's more about reaching financial goals within our software. And we do see huge demand right now. We grew the business significantly this year, also in the US and also in Europe. And we ongoingly see that the customers are really asking for the advisor to provide this hybrid experience to him, starting with the assets he has today, aggregated, and the financial planning that this institution can give him. Yeah, I think there here some quite good context. We know also some of the people here, so it's a very small industry. I think I expected a bit more trends, more things I didn't know before. So it was very much what I knew before, which was presented here. While there are so many trends around alternative assets, around financial planning, around also service models, but this was not so much here. And I would encourage more innovation in the event as well.